to use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll move the wide receiver. On the run, it's Rodgers. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Guys, let's chat about Florida. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
He'll pull it down. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with the big play, and they'll mark it up at 33.
First and 10, the whole menu open. You can run the football, you can do whatever you want. You can tell they call a pass. He does a really good job in the pocket, just being a great athlete. Scramble outside, go get another first down. First and 10 again.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's going to take off. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. And the Gators come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. To the ground to try to move the chains. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Greg near the marker. It's White. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. With the run on first and goal. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The Gators want to move quickly. Looking to throw on third and goal. Why not trying to get it in? They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a fourth and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the fourth down.
This is a really big play for both teams. Fourth and goal from the 2. Marches ahead. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on fourth down. No dice. Now you put your...
Oh, he's got some space. He's out of bounds at the 12, and now this offense has a little room to work. They'll put it in play from their own 12-yard line. First and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. It's caught. Across the 25. He's got room. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. What an impact from that last explosive play. They were pinned down in their own territory. Now first and 10 from their own 45. Quickly out to the tight end. Nice move. Oh, he broke out another move. Gets away from one. He's got space. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. The Vols, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll send send the back in motion. Back to pass, it's Roach. Fires toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Taking it the other way.
And this defense comes up with a big play, and not just the break on the ball, the catch, nice hands in the INT, but taking it almost all the way back for a touchdown, and this offense licking their chops on the 1-yard line, ready to punch this in.
The Volunteers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. The quarterback sneak, looking to eke out a few yards. Sneaks it into the end zone.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a run.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
And the Gators in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Got a man. It's White. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Rogers. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Makes the catch. It's Montgomery. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Wants to keep it in the air. Got it in the middle. It's Pryor. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. The Gators want to crank the tempo. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They relentlessly moved forward. Now it's getting down to cases. 3rd and goal. Quarterback just flat. Missed it. Incomplete.
You know, timing is so important in the RPO game, especially on 3rd down. Quarterback and receiver just didn't have it there. Now it's 4th down.
4th and goal from the 3. Let's see what this offense can dial up from here. Sends it back in motion. Wants to adjust the pattern. Snaps it in the shotgun. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! a 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. A little wrinkle here. Snap to the back. Running to Green. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Oh, they're after him. Looking down the left side. Wide open. He makes the catch. Bust through behind his pad. Touchdown, Volunteers. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, this is why you see tight ends featured in offenses now across college football. They're so pivotal because they're so big, so strong, can break tackles, and then can outrun people and get to the end zone. Big play by the big fella.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today.
Update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. That's caught. It's Rodgers. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. The sure hands. It's Rodgers. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Now the play fake. Looking for a huge play. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator. Extra point here will tie the game.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Tennessee
that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth. I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Rush is on him. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He'll try to take it back. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Under fire. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers to that.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2, his quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage.
He'll take the deep shot. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Tennessee. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Makes the grab. It's Montgomery. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Florida. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working. Because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
And it's picked off for the third time today. Bringing it back. He's at the 20. Stepped out of bounds right at the 17-yard line after the pick.
Well, the defense is feeling it now, right? 2 picks in 2 straight drives. Their guys have been all over the field making plays when the ball's in the air. D coordinator's got to love that.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction protection. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
Offense just trying to get the ball to their receiver quickly out in space to the perimeter of the field. But how about the speed of the linebacker? Able to close and make that tackle. That's impressive.
To throw, it's Roach. Looking to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away. That's one he'd like to have back.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that lead grows even bigger. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Gators sending the offense back to work. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a way.
CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. Turning it on. Crosses midfield. The 30. The 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Florida.
Offensive line, give me a crack. I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Here's the handoff. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right at the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Back to pass, it's Roach. Here's the pressure. Finds space on the right. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. A little release to the back. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Volunteers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Little over anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback empties his backfield. Motion from the wideout. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. Defense more than happy to take that free yardage. Here comes the offense on second down. Creates a little space. Inside the 30. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now.
There he goes. He's up to 57 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. And the Vols can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking for space. It's Powell. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And these short yardage situations, it all comes down to the up front. Like, who can win the battle up front? Can you get a hat on a hat? And they do. This offensive line, they get on the D-line, they create just enough space, understand short yard situation, fall forward, and get a first down.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Pater. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Vols!
You know, there's so many coaches out there in two-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on first down. He wants to go deep. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Trying play action. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him.
Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. It's White. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Throws to the tight end. Catch in the middle. It's Clyde. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. And the try is no good. The missed field goal still leaves us with a double-digit deficit. Still a 10-point game. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. These corners going to give them some space. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Sliding off the defender. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Gators will line up to kick off and start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So here is the Tennessee offense. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger. We might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
They'll run play action. Pulls it in. It's Jackson. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And this big orange offense getting it done in the passing game.
And great execution by the quarterback. And when you think of...
Oh, he's got some space.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Rides the back and leaves it. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Vols racing to the line in the hurry-up. Gives it on the option. He'll be stopped short, picks up one, but they're facing 4th and 1. They'll try to convert from the Wildcat. Direct snap. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Great job by the defense there. They were not caught off guard in that situation on the field. This offense might decide to go for it on 4th down. They're going to make the play. Their offense now takes over. And if I'm the play caller here, I am taking the shot. In a sudden change.
He tries to take the top off. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Off the play fake on 1st down. Trying to get behind the defense. Grabs it inside the 10. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal.
I love when you back the defense off. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal.
defense there, David. They bowed up and stopped him.
Did a great job. Listen, everybody knows what's coming. You know it's a quarterback sneak. It's still hard as heck to stop, but nice job by the defensive lineman. Get off the football. Don't allow them to go backwards. Don't push you backwards at all. And then what do you see with linebackers a lot of times? They come flying in there, making the stop. But a nice stop by this defense, expecting the quarterback sneak.
How about this defense digging in its heels after the big play? It's now 3rd and goal. The give. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Volunteers. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting him to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
They get him on the ground, didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you could tell they want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just trying to get to him, try to get him on the ground, but this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Caught in the backfield, it's Rodgers. He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds. And the Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. That's reeled in, it's Cook. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Yeah, I don't know defensively if you want to keep giving this guy that much cushion, because when he gets the ball in space, he's able to shake all these defenders and turns a 5-yard completion into a 1st down.
Unloads to the wideout. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now, because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Finds his man. It's Rodgers. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand, that as a defensive guy, I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Cook. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Punts it out of the air.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
to turn the corner on the left. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I like the idea of going toss to the field, but you got to have better blocking by your wide receivers out there on the perimeter. They didn't get it done, and as a result, that's a negative play.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Roach. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on 1st down. Snags it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Power football with the run. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back has it. And this wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage.
Touchdown, Tennessee! And the route is on.
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week 1, you go on the road into a hostile environment, and you put the beat down like this. This coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Gators sending the offense back to work. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Uncorks one to the middle. He's got it inside the 15. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Nice quick throw there, and it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw, and you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gator.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The Gators are flying down the field.
42 spike.
Quarterback on the keeper. Touchdown, Florida! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Firing to the right, complete. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got him wide open. Turning it on. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. Some might have the philosophy to milk the clock. Others have this philosophy. Just keep going at them.
And until you stop me. And I think the offense, you can tell, it's pretty clear. They're going to keep their foot on the gas, continuing to throw the football down the field, attack, make big plays like they have all game long.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking for a man, it's Roach. A sweet feet keeping the play alive. And that one's going to be incomplete. I don't think he got a foot down along the back of the end zone.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
He'll keep it himself. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
Really nice job by the defense playing responsibility football, making sure the quarterback couldn't make any of his reads, making sure the picture is not clear, getting downhill, getting the quarterback on the ground.
Cutting it close now with 3rd and goal upcoming. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Got his man on the outside. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. There's an old school thought that says just take the 3 here, but that feels like a win for the defense. I'm going here.
Yeah, and there's a new school thought that says I'm inside the 2-yard line. It's 4th down. I'm going for it. I'm going to be aggressive. So I don't think you have many opportunities like this. I like my chances going for it.
Snap to the back. He's going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator. Try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
Catch in the middle. It's White. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now second down. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. And that is his fifth interception. A nightmare he is not waking up from.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that...
Touchdown, Vols! And the punishment has been extended.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be chased out of bounds inside his own 20 at the 18-yard line, and a great job of coverage there. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. The sure hands, it's Rodgers. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught near the sticks. It's Pryor. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. He'll try to do it himself. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back. Nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off and get what I can get.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Off the play fake. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And this offense is either married to their analytics of going for it on 4th down, or they don't know you can punt. A strike downfield. And that is how we will wrap this one up. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game. Possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been...